Standing around thinking of something to say this is, tell it to someone. First question, of course, is from Average Rainbow. What do you think about blockchain technology? Well, of course, the blockchain is a very good way of keeping track of certain kinds of data. Unfortunately, currency isn't one of them because it takes way too much energy to create one Bitcoin, and one Bitcoin is worth it's worth like $50,000 one day, and then it's worth $30,000 the next day, and then it's worth $58,000, and then it's worth $3, and it keeps on going up and down like that. And so, if you've got a Bitcoin, and you want to buy like a Lamborghini or something, you've got to basically gamble on when to get rid of that Bitcoin and swap it for a Lamborghini or a brand new Tesla or something, and that could be problematic if you just keep on holding it and holding it and holding it, and it's worth a real lot of money, but you can't get rid of it, because if you get rid of it, then it's not making any more money for you, and it's costing a lot of money to make every new Bitcoin, and there's not enough Bitcoin out there to cover the value of all the goods that are being transacted in the world at the moment, and that number can't go up or down once all the Bitcoins have been de-encoded, or whatever the terms are. So what you've got to do is hodl GameStop. Next question is from Jonathan Stern. What actors played somewhat significant roles, more than 10 episodes, in the same character in three or more successful, ran for more than 3 or more seasons, sitcom, 15 minutes, half-hour comedy shows revolved around the same characters from episode to episode? Well, of course, you've got the obvious one, which is Kelsey Grammer and Frasier, who was on he was on Cheers and Frasier, and he's probably going to be on a new sitcom also called Frasier, but with only him as the main star, and it's a completely different sitcom other than that. There's also the cast of Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, and Green Acres, and they also were all on each other's sitcoms, so that counts. And then there's also the whole Mary Tyler Moore melange with all of those, like Rhoda and all of those, and Maud and things, and they also were on like 3 different sitcoms, all playing the same character that they had, and that's all I can think of at the moment. And then there's Scott Baio. He only played like Chachi on 2 sitcoms, but he always played the same character, no matter what sitcom he did. He was Chachi on Happy Days, and he was Chachi on Joni Loves Chachi, and then he was Chachi on Charles in Charge, and then he was Chachi in Diagnosis Murder for some reason. It's just Scott Baio is he's the Ted McGinley of Kirk Cameron's, and it sort of doesn't count much. Next question, of course, is from Atari Lover 2600. What's your favourite form of South Korean inflammatory? I can't read South Korean or North Korean, but sometimes I get these noodles, and it's got South Korean writing on it, and I eat the noodles, and things are inflamed for a week, and I feel really good afterwards. Very, very inflamed. Kashada plays. Kashad plays. Kashad plays. What do you think about Brazil? you could start by not like Brazil's good, except you're kind of allowing coronavirus to run rampant and not allowing the forest to run rampant. I mean, rainforests like not being cut down, so you could try doing that, not cutting them down. Try cutting down Bolsonaro. Apart from that, they're good. I like Brazil. Well, I wouldn't have a Brazilian myself. Well, certain Brazilians. Next question from Jezza. What do you think the society we live in is just a big bubble waiting to burst? Yes. Yes, that's why I'm currently in the safety of an imaginary monorail, which is all around me and keeping me safe from the real world outside. Naked Wombat asks, if the rail is mono, why is it heard in stereo? Well, I've got a really, it's fake. It's fake, and it's only the rail that is mono, and the rest of the car is in 3D, but it runs on a 1D plane, and that 1D plane is sort of curls around and comes back, if you know what I mean. And so, and you're looking at it through in the fourth dimension, which is time. So that's 4D. We're going one-dimensionally along the two-dimensional, and I think my brain exploded. I think I'll go back to trying to decipher cryptographic technology and Bitcoin. I think I misunderstood that better. Next question is Alex Brown. What is 1 + 1? What is 1 + 1? Well, of course, 1 + 1 could be, it's 2, but I don't quote me on that. I'm not a calculator and stuff. Elliot Maltinkin asks, what are your thoughts on Wollongong, yay or nay? Well, nay. Get out of there because it's fighting at the moment. Or on fire, depending on which week it is. Apart from that, it's got its good points. I don't know what any of those good points are, but I'm sure it has some redeeming value of some description. Last question from Hervey was, where do beans go? They go in the mouth, and then you chew them a bit or a lot, depending on what kind of beans and how well they're cooked and how they're cooked and why they are prepared in which manner and with sauce, and then they sort of go through one-dimensionally the digestive tract. Yeah. That's it for Tell It Someone for this week. If you would like to ask me a question, then ask me a question in the place that questions are normally assigned to the place. There's a place that questions are normally assigned to, and it's normally underneath this video bit on the YouTube page. Or you can ask me answer the dovetail question, of course, which is already on the screen, or you can make a video question, but nobody ever does it. But if you do, then put a link to the video question on this in the question asking place below. Or you can try buying merch, but just draw my face on a shirt and then give me money. That'll work. That's kind of like giving me. That's kind of like buying merch. I'm dangerously talented, and I don't know when I'm going to have a nervous break. No. I don't have a cool sign off.